Hello, fellow co-workers of the world. My name is Frankie and I am unwell. So we're going to one and done this real quick. Today, we are talking to future me. Let's get this started. To get this rolling, we have the goals for the year. Starting off, we have the no-buy year, which this month, pretty good. No unexpected purchases, no random items. Very good for holding fast on this. And that is a little bit in part because of point 2, with the personal savings goal. We did take a bit of a knockback for that. I have my lovely studio assistant, Icy, and she is 20 years old. Lovely, lovely old lady that she is. She did have some additional vet costs this month, had a little bit of a scare. It's okay. She is okay, and we are okay. We are very, very fortunate, my partner and I, to not be in dire straits. It just meant a bit of a knockback, which, you know, who loves to see that? I will probably be opening commissions later in the year to recoup some of that, but we're fine. We can still afford rent and food, and she is well cared for, so I consider myself very blessed in that regard. And finally, we have point 3. Kicking and screaming, we are here for the June catch-up, even if it is going to be a little brief. Let's talk about the past month, the month of May. I had on the docket more Starlight Senshi video progress, keeping a meal prep schedule, recording a Let's Get Into It, and clearing MS11 in Final Fantasy XIV. And y'all, this month was real rough. So, all things told, I do want to acknowledge that 50% is still a passing grade. In the grand scheme, we were able to clear MS11, and I'm very proud of my static and I for achieving that. And the meal prep schedule has actually been really, really consistent, which has helped with savings goals and the sorts. It helps to not overindulge and overspend on food when you just have food already prepared. Who knew? What crazy phenomena that is. In terms of making progress on creative projects, that is a little bit difficult when you have stressors. Not only was my cat unwell, but a dear friend of mine also was going through a medical procedure, and that was incredibly stressful. It's a little hard to create with that going on. So what can you do? It happens. May was a little rough. We're gonna look to the future though. I'm keeping it real simple. I had alluded to and mentioned online that I wanted June to be a big month for moving everything over to Linux. I have been testing things on a home lab to kind of get workflows figured out, and just honestly, there's no good time to do it than to just go. There is always going to be something that I will need to troubleshoot, and I would rather this be now. I want to get this started and moving because, man, with Windows and Nvidia talking about how they're gonna launch some shitty fucking project in like the imminent month, there just is no better time. I'm moving over to Linux. Hopefully the next time you are watching this presentation, or any future projects actually, it will be done within a Linux workflow. And no doubt there will be notes and things to share because I have a couple of creative friends that were hoping to see my workings, basically. Anything that I get out of that could be good, I'll let you know. Fingers crossed, it will be good. All to say, I'm very excited for this move, and I'm really excited to share what that progress looks like and hopefully have something to share with everyone who may be interested in doing the same. That is, of course, sandwiched in between just production stuff. I have secret projects in the work. One is trucking along really nicely, and another has just gotten its first official record date, so I'm very, very optimistic about that. Actually, now that I say that out loud and think about it, I think there's actually 3 in the works. June was slated for another conversation I'm having with another creative, so while you may not see anything in June for that, who knows? Maybe. It could happen. Lastly, I want to draw something. Literally anything. Something that's funny and fluffy and brings me joy, or maybe even some more OCs. I recently did a sketch of 2 very old OCs of mine that are dear to my heart, and it was really nice just sketching something. It didn't need to be finished. It just exists. And I think I need to embrace that mindset while clawing my way out of what May was in general. Given that I am heading into the middle of the year, it is interesting to look back on the first set of months here and reflect on what goals were effective, what ones weren't, taking lessons away on how scheduling could have helped, and setting myself up for success rather than to land spectacularly on my face and then chide myself for it as well. It has been an interesting process doing this. So with that, I'm going to leave off this month by saying for June, we're going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. And if you need to hear it, I think it's worth it if you keep trying too. It can be exhausting. And trying doesn't have to look like giving 110% every time. Every day that you wake up when you have no energy and you still do the things you need to do that day, that is trying and succeeding, might I add. I think that's about everything I had to say. Apologies if I've missed anything in this little debrief. I have the worst brain fog possible and had to re-record this like 3 different times, which sounds just unrealistic, but that's what happens when you're unwell. So, until next time, take care, stay safe, and I will catch you on the flip.